Alright, epic third game coming up. I haven't seen a whole lot of series in the OSL go to a third game on Return of the King, but this one definitely is between two of these great players. I've been very impressed with Light so far. Of course, I want Jaedong to win, but Light has pulled off a lot of interesting builds. The fantasy build in that last game, although he lost pretty much all of his Valkyries, he still managed to keep Jaedong on his toes and keep his Hydralisk just blowing up into billions of pieces with those mines all over the place. And this is the deciding match. It's time for the Jaedong fans to start a wave right now. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. This map is Return of the King, a 4-player map, so scouting is very important. Okay, here we go. Let's get the colors and positions. Over here at the 5 o'clock position in blue, we have Jaedong. I am French. And over at the 8 o'clock position was Light. I've heard that this map actually isn't very good for the mech build, so I have a feeling that Light won't go mech, although you never know. He's been very willing to go for interesting strats so far. I think it's just because this map is so large. The maneuverability aspect of a mech build for a Terran is just such crap. The Zerg player can expand all over the place by the time the Terran is ready to move out. But it looks like Jaedong is actually scouting the right direction, so he's going to put that Overlord in the right direction here and get the scouts on Light to begin with. What builds do you think we're going to see in this one, Rancho?
Well, as you said, it's pretty hard to. Not sure about the whole mech thing, but it could be could be right for you. And if, of course, mech is a danger, he might have to be a little bit creative. What he did very good in both of the first games, but he was creative. Despite losing that first game, he was very creative with his build, and that got him playing very well. And no matter what he does, I think Light has to go non-standard. He's not getting as early gas this time, although we're going to see if he goes right after that, right after the barracks. I think if Light does something non-standard, does something funky, something interesting, he might surprise Jaedong again and might even come away with this match. Of course, I'm saying again, I also want Jaedong to win. Jaedong, meanwhile, talking about him going for a 12 hatch. I'm not being biased. I mean, he's not necessarily one of my favorite players or anything, but I like his playstyle, and I think the OSL deserves to have Jaedong there. We need a dominant Zerg in the OSL, just so Zergs have a chance of taking the title. No early gas for definite this time from Light, so he might be thinking heavy Marines, and we're going to see if Jaedong counters with his famous Queen build. I'm going to see all in all, really, no reading this far. I think the scout has gone in the right direction for Light. Yeah, so both players have scouted each other correctly very quickly. That's very good. Jaedong now taking down his gas, meanwhile. And all in all, it's going to be very important. And before I let it go off to nuke again, I'm just wondering, if you're French, can I be the Germans then?
Sure. No, don't do your voices. No, not on my channel, man. Okay, over here we have Jaedong putting down his hatchery, and I'm wondering if he's going to get his third hatchery down. If he gets his third hatchery down, I'm guessing we're going to see 3 hatch Mutalisks with some early harassment there. And Jaedong is going in here. I think he's going to scout this command center going up if he moves his Overlord down, which he is not, but I think he might have seen that SCV going down anyway to build it. I think he's just trying to protect the Overlord at this point. He's going to use the safety of this ledge to scout instead of just scouting openly. And it looks like this is a standard Medic and Marine build so far from Light. So Light, I don't think is going for mech. I don't even think he had his gas going. So we could be seeing an early Marine push of some kind. Jaedong, in the meantime, is getting out some Zerglings, just getting those out to get rid of the SCV. And finally the gas going up for Light. So Light, I think this is a standard Medic and Marine build. He's going to get his Academy up soon. And the Lair coming up for Jaedong at his natural. And I'm not sure if Light saw that or not. I assume he did, since he ran his SCV by. But Light is building a bunker at his natural expansion, going to try to protect against any kind of a Zergling run. Since he has quite a few Marines in it, I think he's going to be pretty safe. But Jaedong is camping his Zerglings out there mainly to stop any kind of scouting from Light.
Blair already up for Jaedong, has his Hydra then going as well. That's pretty early. We're going to see what he uses that for. I don't see a third hatchery for him so far, at least. We're going to see whether he pumps a lot of zerglings. He does seem to be reinforcing a little bit more zergling, preventing the scout from light. Of course, that's very important. He's not going to be able to push in at all. Has a couple marines as well as an SV on that ramp there. Light definitely being very careful. Has 2 barracks going. The academy almost up, so we're going to see medics very soon too. And now Jaedong moving in with a lot of zerglings. He's not going to be able to get up the ramp. Trying there, but of course he didn't see those forces up on the ramp, so that gets instantly prevented. Bad push there by Jaedong. He didn't know those forces were up the ramp. If Light hadn't had the presence of mind of putting marines and SV on that ramp, he would have been completely screwed there. So Light playing not just well, he's playing very smartly now, using a comstat station as well as a supply depot to completely block that off. So now he's definitely not going to be able to do a run by. But pretty good strategy though by Jaedong. Now has speed going, so no scouts going to be coming out anytime soon. Although those comstat stations are going to be out pretty soon. As soon as that happens, he's going to be able to just simply scan the base. The second gas main will come up for Jaedong. And I don't know, no Mutalisks imminent, despite the lair up already. So he might be just thinking straight Hydra. That's the only force he has. He might be actually going 2 base lurkers, and we all know what that means. Engineering bay also coming up. So, yeah.